Delaware Defensive Driving Course, Chapter 12, Grab Bag.
Yes, there will be test questions for this chapter. 10 true or false sample test questions follow. The correct answer to these 10 questions will be found in the current chapter material. It is suggested pausing the audio to read these sample test questions. Continue the audio after completing your review.
Grab Bag. Backing. Section 4184. Limitations on backing. A. The driver of a vehicle shall not back the same unless such movement can be made with safety and without interfering with other traffic. Question. Is it legal to drive your vehicle backwards on Delaware roadways? Answer. It depends. Read Section 4184 above. If you can drive backwards with safety and without interfering with other traffic, then the answer is yes. However, the D-Team's smart defense strongly suggests the backing of a motor vehicle be restricted to the most reasonable option available. Hint. Even if you believe the backing of your vehicle was done with safety and without interfering with other traffic, it will be your word against the word of the police officer. Guess whom the judge will believe. Question. Is it legal to drive your vehicle backwards in order to return to the exit you just missed on a controlled access highway? Answer. It depends. Read Section 4184 above. If you can drive backwards with safety and without interfering with other traffic, then the answer is yes. Not so fast. There is a specific Delaware law that prohibits backing on a controlled access roadway. See below Section 4126. Section 4126. Unlawful use of controlled access highways. Penalties. A. On any state highway designated by the Department of Transportation as a controlled access highway, no person shall 6. Back a vehicle upon any shoulder or roadway. Special alert. If there is the potential of any small children in the immediate area you will be backing into, a physical check of that area is paramount. Grab bag. Coasting. Section 4187. Coasting prohibited. A. The driver of any motor vehicle when traveling upon a downgrade shall not coast with the gears or transmission of such vehicle in neutral. B. The driver of any motor vehicle when traveling upon a downgrade shall not coast with the clutch disengaged. If the price of gas continues to rise, there may be an increased incentive to place the transmission into neutral when traveling downhill in order to increase gas mileage. Save money. It is illegal and has the potential to increase stopping distance. Occasionally, the driver of a motor vehicle will shift into a lower gear if needed to decrease the stopping distance when the foot brake is used in isolation. The D-Team takes no position on this practice by the motorists of a standard shift motor vehicle. However, it is an illegal practice by trucks except for emergencies. See Picture 12-2 below. Grab bag. Opening and closing vehicle doors. Section 4190. Opening and closing vehicle doors. No person shall open the door of a motor vehicle on the side available to moving traffic unless and until it is reasonably safe to do so, and can be done without interfering with the movement of other traffic, nor shall any person leave a door open on the side of a vehicle available to moving traffic for a period of time longer than necessary to load or unload passengers. Yes, rudeness can be a violation of the law. If there is no need for your car door to be open, then close it. Danger door zone. Cyclists have been injured and even killed when riding too close to a parked car. Picture 12-3 below. There is a small safety zone for cyclists between an opening vehicle door and moving traffic. Be careful, especially in areas where cycling is a frequent occurrence. Look before opening your vehicle door. Grab bag. Disabled parking. Section 4183. Parking areas for vehicles being used by persons with disabilities. Summary. 1. The valid special license plate issued pursuant to Section 2134 of this title on the rear of the vehicle, or that displays a valid parking placard pursuant to Section 2135 of this title on the front windshield rearview mirror of the vehicle, or if there is no mirror, on the dashboard, does not by itself give the driver of the vehicle the right to park in a properly identified disabled parking spot. 2. This Delaware Disabled Parking Law also requires the person for whom the plate or placard is issued is either the operator or a passenger, or, in the case of an organization in which a person who is entitled to obtain a permanent or temporary placard is a passenger. 3. The cost or fine. Any costs of removal and storage must be borne by the owner or operator of the vehicle, plus a mandatory fine of $100 for a first offense, and for a subsequent like offense a mandatory fine of $200 or a term of imprisonment of not less than 10 nor more than 30 days, or both. It is not unusual to see a Delaware motorist who is obviously not disabled hop out of a vehicle parked in a reserved disabled parking spot and scurry into the shopping complex. Not only does Delaware law prohibit such obnoxious behavior, but one would assume common decency would also prevail. Unfortunately, that is not always the case. Grab bag. UIs. U-turn. Section 4153. Limitations on turning around. A. No vehicle shall be turned so as to proceed in the opposite direction upon any curve, or upon the approach to or near the crest of a grade, where such vehicle cannot be seen by the driver of any other vehicle approaching from either direction within 500 feet. B. The driver of any vehicle shall not turn such vehicle so as to proceed in the opposite direction unless such movement can be made in safety and without interfering with other traffic. There are fewer restrictions on U-turns than most vehicle operators would presume. In particular, many motorists assume a solid yellow line prohibits a UE. That is false assumption. If there is a minimum 500 feet line of sight from opposite direction traffic and such movement can be made in safety, then the solid yellow line does not prohibit such a movement. Question. Is it legal to move onto the right shoulder in order to turn your vehicle so as to proceed in the opposite direction? Picture 12-5 below. Answer. Yes. There is no such restriction in Delaware law. Reality, at times, moving onto the right shoulder is the safest place to perform a UE due to lack of room to make such a maneuver. This lack of room could create the necessity to make a three-point turnaround which requires more time to perform than the UE. Signage. There are locations when a no U-turn sign is present, picture 12-6 below. Obviously, turning to proceed in the opposite direction is illegal in these locations.
Grab bag. More disabled parking. Believe it or not. Previously, in this grab bag chapter, Delaware Code as it relates to disabled parking was discussed in picture number 12-4. So let us now examine a real-life situation. Please examine picture number 12-7 below. Added information. The driver of the green vehicle parked in the blue striped area did not have a handicap tag/sign, and furthermore was not eligible for the special parking benefits provided to disabled motorists, vehicle passengers. The green-colored vehicle driver was a long-time State of Delaware employee and a member of the Capital School District Board of Education at the time picture number 12-7 was taken. The location of the parking area identified in the picture is the visitors' parking area of the Capital School District's Dover High School. When challenged as to the legality of parking in the blue striped area in the Dover High School visitor parking lot, The Capitol School member stated he was in his legal rights to park in the blue-striped area because there was no sign prohibiting parking in that specific spot. The reserved parking signs were on both the left and the right of his specific parking. The D-Team answer, guilty. Your answer, chapter number 3, you be the judge. In picture number 12-8 below, two very important questions are identified. Emergency vehicle approaching. Two important questions. 1. What is the law? 2. What should I do? See picture number 12-9 below for the answer to the two important questions. Two important questions. 1. What is the law? Move right. Written before one-way roads. 2. What should I do? Be careful. Please always keep in mind the law which was written more than 5 decades ago states move right. When that option is available, it should be utilized. However, safety should always be your guiding principle. Picture number 12-10. Right-of-way, yes or no? 1. If your answer for right-of-way is an ambulance, blue arrow above, you are not always correct. 2. If your answer for right-of-way is a fire engine, red arrow above, you are not always correct. 3. If your answer for right-of-way is the police vehicle, green arrow above, you are not always correct. Why? Because the operator of all 3 vehicles identified in picture number 12-10 above are responsible for the safe operation of their vehicle. Yes, all 3 vehicles can proceed through a red traffic signal, but only if done safely during emergency conditions. Yes, they can all exceed the posted speed limit, but only if it is done safely during emergency conditions. 4. See picture number 12-11 below to discover the only vehicle that has the absolute right-of-way. The correct answer for the absolute right-of-way: a train. Can a train stop quickly? Doubtful. Can a train rapidly turn? Probably not. Is a tie with a train really a tie? Absolutely not.
SOS. You can drive smart or you can drive stupid.